the ex-international footballer, football agent, football scout, and sports administrator in a letter to the Secretary, Anambra State Football Association, caption, Introduction to Sportswear Company, dated August 13, 2022, reads, we wish to introduce our company and products to you as manufacturers and dealers in customized sportswear such as football playing kits, track suits and training kits for football clubs and academies. He said our line of sportswear is made of high quality, vibrant and aesthetics designs, while we can also brand with your sports logo and insignia. The letter further stated that various designs and sizes of a display can be seen on their website and can be delivered to Nigeria within 14 days. It also stated that the company is currently running a promo for first-time orders with a special discount for clubs and academies playing in the Anambra Independent Football League. Mekong Sportswear Company is the first of its kind in the Southeast Zone, as the CEO craves to introduce another dimension of sports administration via innovation and creativity. Mekong United, which is one of the brainchild of Ambassador Joseph Afosi, is the champions in waiting for the season 6 of the AIFL. Mekong United FC will be crowned champions on Saturday, the 20th of August 2022, during the season finale of the AIFL, scheduled to hold at the new Oka City Stadium. And while Mekong Sportswear Company will also be unveiled as part of the programs for the upcoming Anambra Independent Football League season finale. So congratulations to Mekong United winning the league, and now they have their own sports wear outfit. We'll be watching out for more coming from that team, and coming from also the owner of Mekong United, talking about Ambassador Joseph Afosi. Let's talk about the Anambra Football Association. The Anambra Football Association, the ANSFA board, under the leadership of Chief Chikelu Ilenyosi, the general on Thursday, we are part of the annual general meeting of the Nigeria Football Federation in Abuja, and Chief Ilenyosi attended the meeting alongside the ANSFA new secretary, talking about Raf Nweke, SSA to Chief Ilenyosi, Mr. Ifeanyi Ojukwu, and the chairman club owners of chairman club owners in Anambra State, talking about Prince Michael Mbezue, fondly known as the Jimbas. And also some of the resolutions of the meetings are the elected Congress of the NFF is expected to hold on the 30th of September in Benin, Edo State. So it's now official and it is confirmed that the NFF elections will be coming up on the 30th of September in Benin City, the capital of Edo State. And let's tell you, the Anambra Independent Football League, the AIFL Season 6 finale is coming up this Saturday at the Oka City Stadium. And Hopeland FC will play Kadnarinsa by 10 a.m. Watch out for Peace FC versus Obeledu United by 12 p.m. Mekong United will play Bubendorf FC by 2 p.m. And for the Season 6 champions, we know that Mekong United already first, they won the league, and Peace FC finished second, while for the Season 5, Dosad FC we are the champions, while Bubendorf FC finished second in that one. So they will be crowned. There will be trophies for the two champions for Season 6 and Season 5, and we'll be watching out for that feat happening at the Oka City Stadium, and it's happening this Saturday, tomorrow to be precise. We'll pause now for the show. Now on extra side of the sports show. Now let's bring in the interview segment. Let's talk about the Remi Uche Soccer Challenge coming up at the second edition happening, and is expected to start at this Sunday to be precise. 32 teams will be featuring in this one. Well, joining me on the show this morning to talk about that, I have the local organizing committee chair for the Remi Uche Soccer Challenge Cup in Onitsha. You may want to call it the Onitsha and Unity Cup competition. I'm being joined by Mr. Austin Kelechi in the house. Good morning. Thanks for joining us for Sports Today on ABS TV.
Good morning, Ike.
Okay, let's talk about Remi Uche Soccer Challenge. We've had the maiden edition last year, and this is the second edition. Tell us about this Remi Uche Soccer Challenge, also known as the Onitsha Unity Cup.
Thank you, Ike. Good morning, viewers. The Remi Uche Soccer Challenge is the brainchild of Chief Remigius Uchenna Anyadike, Akujuku Wanu Mudioka. a philanthropist and a sports aficionado. And you know, he also plays football.
Okay, he plays football too?
Yes, he loves football so much. So this is a competition that came out, that was born out of the need for the teaming youths, the restive youths, you know, that were out home, and which we recognized that they all have talent in football, especially during the COVID lockdown. So we started thinking, how can we help these youths that are so much talented but have no platform to express this talent?
Okay.
And when we took it to Chief, so Chief said anyway that there's nothing we can do but to do something about the competition that will bring them up together, to give them that platform to showcase what they have. And in so doing, to help them to be gainfully employed and also help their family and the community. That is how the competition was bettered.
Okay, now you had the maiden edition in 2021. Now for the 2022 edition, what variables are you bringing in to better that offer the 2021 edition?
Thank you. Having seen the success of the last edition, we decided to expand this year.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of people that we knew, a lot of players that were discovered right from the grassroots that are now with clubs all over Europe. Okay. Yes, so we now wanted to enlarge it, to bring in more talent, to make them, to give them more platforms.
Okay.
Yes. So right now we are expanding it to 32 teams, like you already know.
Okay.
And we are bringing in a lot of things to motivate these players to be able to give in. As you all know, that the game of football is changing, and the quality that is being demanded is also getting higher and higher. So we need them to be at their best, and whatever it is that they need to be able to, you know, to be at the level that is needed. So that is why we brought up, last year we didn't give so many individual awards.
Okay.
This year we brought it in. The highest goal scorer, we actually gave 20,000 last year. This year is 30 kVA generator. The highest goal scorers, in fact the best team, and now every single game we are getting a best player and doling out 2,000 naira.
Okay, that's quite innovative. But bringing in this technical side of it, we know in competitions like this, there are things that could make or mar the competition. Officiating and crowd control. What measures are you putting to ensure that this does not numb the whole process?
We are building on what we did last year. But last year we didn't have any issue of crowd trouble or, you know, any controversy regarding officiating.
But you cannot rule it out.
No, we can. This is a game of football.
Yeah.
So, but this year we are actually trying to better on that.
Okay.
We are actually, we brought in the referee association chairman into the local organizing committee.
Definitely.
Tomorrow, let me put out this information here. Tomorrow, there will be a referees outreach.
Okay.
They are going for a seminar for this competition, just for the competition, for them to be sensitized on the importance and the seriousness of this competition. So that is to upgrade whatever officiating we had last year and this year. So on the issue of security, we all know how it has been in our state.
No, the security I'm talking about is
crowd control,
stadium, crowd control.
Yes.
That's the aspect I want to talk, because you can never rule out the fact that a goal can be scored. You could have irate fans jumping in. This is not a goal. This is a goal, and all that.
Yeah, you know, with the larger security architecture, we are also, you know, keying into that to bring these things under control. We have people like last year. We have people that are manning our stadiums.
Okay.
We have also dedicated bouncers that are going to control the crowd. And we are limiting the crowds to the stands this time.
Okay.
Nobody will come close to the stadium, to the field of play, and nobody will be allowed to stampede or come into the play, whatever happens.
Okay. This competition starts on Sunday, August 21st. When is it clocking off?
We are looking to clock off on 14th of August, 14th of October, sorry.
14th of October. Okay,
Yeah.
that's when exactly when we're going to have the finals of the competition.
Yeah.
Now, so far so good, and you had this LOC. How do you rate the work done by the LOC in organizing this competition, especially for the second edition?
It's never easy, like going from 16 teams to now 32 teams. But we have had the experience, and I think we are on course. We have been putting everything in place, to make sure we are having meeting every 3 days. The LOC meets every 3 days. We've met with club owners twice now, and by tomorrow they will be submitting the licenses of their teams.
Okay.
And I have some of our members are also in tune, meeting with these club owners and their players. We are also organizing friendly competitions outside the competition for them to be ready because of the quality of the competition and what we are expecting.
Okay, now what are the challenges you face? I have a whole lot to ask you, but I have to just limit it now to just 2 questions. Challenges you face putting up this competition?
The biggest challenge is still funds.
Funding?
Yes, still funding. Because, this is just one person funding the entire process from top to down.
Okay.
So it can never be enough. So apart from the prize, giving money and stuff like that, there are also things that need to be done. One of our biggest challenge is getting venues. When an individual is doing something like this, we expect the association or the government to be able to help or maybe give assistance in areas that we know that they can. For instance, giving out venues. We also, going to be, we're having it difficult to secure venues, but we are doing that already. But we want the government to give us the needed
that's infrastructure.
Yes,
fiscal infrastructure.
Thank you. Yeah, yes. So that is all we are asking for.
Okay, just quickly before the final question, for a competition of this magnitude, we'll have Anambra State Football Association and we'll have the local football council. Is the competition registered with your niche? And I guess it should be your niche and not local football council.
Yes.
Is it registered?
Yes.
So you can confirm that?
Yes.
Because there have always been issue of this and having a competition and those are doing that, not identifying with the local football council. Okay, finally, your message to the fans and the teams as we anticipate the commencement of this competition come Sunday, the Remi Uche Soccer Challenge.
My message to the fans is that they should expect the best competition ever in this edition. That will be better than last year's. And this year's competition will come with a lot of fanfare, and we are having so many footballing agents coming across.
Okay.
They have indicated their interest to be
I love that part.
on our games, to be able to take a look first, look at the players. And then we also have something for the fans, especially the kickoff and the finals. So everybody should find their way to our venues. Let's have a good time.
Okay, just before we jet, just to reel out the groups. In Group A, Jimbas FC is pitted alongside Galaxy FC, Omaba FC, and Saki FC. In Group B, Olive Charles FA, Barak Bombas FC, Global FC, and Volcans FC. In Group C, Ozala FA, Upstars FC, St. Charles selected All Stars FC, and Rice Luto FC. In Group D, we'll have Unity FC, Lifelight FC, Aqua FC, and Miri FC. In Group E, we'll have Leeds United FC, Ndieshi FC, Mekon FC, Anambra Rivers FC. And in Group F has Onkoraf FC, DJ Aluzo FC, Peace FC, and the Godsa FC. While in Group G, we'll have Ife Emeloma FC, Kamso FC, Ogegod Global FC, and Ochoma FC. Those are the groupings for this year's edition of Remi Uche Football Challenge. Mr. Kelechi Austin, the local organizing committee chairman, has been here to talk to us about that. Thank you so much for being on the show on a very short notice, and wish you the very best as we regards this competition. Though you never told us of anything as regards the media, the mass media coverage, there's nothing factored in here, but I know that should be sorted out by the LOC. That's the size of the show. But before we jet, let's tell you that the league returns in England. Tottenham Hotspur will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Crystal Palace will take on Aston Villa. Everton, Norwich City is Fulham playing at Brentford. Leicester City is at home to Southampton, and Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium will play in from Arsenal. Leeds United on Sunday will host at Chelsea. West Ham United, Brighton. Newcastle United, Manchester City. And there is Monday Night Football, epic clash. Manchester United, Liverpool. Hope Man United will bounce back for that one. That's the show, Sports Today on ABS TV. Thanks a lot for being part of the Friday edition. We'll be back here on Monday for another episode. The name is Ike Nwokedi. Have a lovely weekend doing sports. Bye-bye now.
Contestant 1, pick a number.
Number 12.
Expertise.
EXPATIES.
Incorrect. Expertise. EXP